always watching.
Game 3 between Nigma Galaxy and the Yakult Brothers was an absolute marathon, a war of attrition that clocked in at 82 minutes and 27 seconds, making it the second longest match so far in the DreamLeague tournament.
Yes!
Oh.
Timeless Divine Regalia. And you know what's also timeless?
This game.
This game. In the meaning of the word that it doesn't have, which is endless. Okay. Yeah.
But every hero that dies, every enemy that is, 5 seconds extra. Okay.
Cool.
Damage. Gonna find a Pango who just wanders up to the high ground and gets destroyed. Has the buyback though. Likely will be forcing a buyback onto the Bristleback as well. Got the lasso onto Sumail. Warp Flare applied. He's on the other side of the fissure as a big Terrorize hits 2 heroes. Echo's Time is on the Terrorblade as well. Just another right click will do it. He's dead. Buyback again. Sumail. He's dead. Guess what? He has fucking buyback. That's right. Said it 100,000 times this game. Noob and Beyond gonna face each other in the match of the Rolling Thunder. He's gonna get Abyssal Bladed. We'll get another Rolling Thunder stuck in a corner. This is the worst basketball I've seen in my entire life. But Boca with the Wind Waker trying to get to the high ground. He's stuck. He gets Enchant Totem dead. Guess what? Buyback. Okay? That's not a buyback for once. Fly at half HP with the BKB activated, looking for a Thunder target. Pots a Satanic, gets the Thunder as well. He's going to get Tidal Lift to the other side. Meta is doing so much damage to life number 1. The Aegis is there. Sumail. That's a dieback for him. 2 minutes on the deck. As Ollie and company trying to chase the Yules. Gonna stop Ghost in his tracks. He is taking tons of damage, but he has a Divine Rapier. He's gonna be able to destroy the Terrorblade. 3 dead for Yakult. As Baboka, one of the last remaining members, gets crit in the face by Ghost, and Ollie, the last remaining member for Yakult, trying to defend this Ancient. The GGs are called. This marathon of the game comes to an end. Praise Gaben. NGX wins it in 3.
Yeah, never doubted.
What a game.
Not for a
That
second.
match was so long, the panel turned into full-on philosophy professors.
Well, for me, this was like a Sisyphus game for Yakult Brothers because it felt like, because you have Tinker global presence, like with the lanes, you have Bristleback walking down lanes as like an unkillable target, you have Kunkka who like rapidly clears waves, and I didn't feel like that happened for Yakult, so I felt like the map was always on their side. And they had these playmakers, they had the Bat Rider, and it felt like every time they kept killing people because they had the ability to do so, but then they're on their own side of the map. So there was only like one time, I think, that they breached Nigma high ground the entire game, and so it's like this weird, you know, push the boulder up the hill over and over again because one team has the superior kill potential and the other team has the better lane push. So we just end up in this.
Okay, I got a philosophy question for you guys.
Oh, go ahead.
Camus, in the Myth of Sisyphus, he said one thing. You know what he said?
What did he say, Jenkins?
Sisyphus was happy.
So you think Yakult Brothers was happy there?
I think Yakult Brothers was the boulder. To be clear, I think Sisyphus was Nigma.
That's a philosophy question of itself.
He said Sisyphus was happy. Do we think Nigma was happy pushing the boulder? Oh, there it goes again. Pushing the boulder. Oh, it goes out even farther that time.
Philosophically,
I'm not too familiar with this.
Is it Roman or Greek mythology?
It's a guy pushing the boulder up the hill, but then every time you're almost there, the boulder will fall down again, and you have to start over.
It's kind of like this endless uphill battle.
Yeah,
it's like
I think it's Greek. He had like sex with the wrong person, and then it was like a god's.
And then he got punished for having to push the boulder up.
Yeah, it was like.
So the idea is, if you're doing what Nigma's doing, constantly uphill battling all game, is that an enjoyable experience?
I mean, is it like transferring to the whole idea of like this? The pleasure within the journey type of thing?
Exactly.
Yes. Like enjoying the hard work and not the end goal type of thing.
He said there's an
This
absurdity
man
to life. He said that the absurdity of life is that we want to find a point in it naturally, but there isn't one. And that this is a very chaotic and depressing thing for people, and that people should embrace that and live with it by just enjoying the process of life.
So trying to understand a point from that game
Yes, please.
is pointless, is what you're saying. There's no point.
Yeah, but we're going to do it anyway because what else is there?
Okay, so what's the point, Shiva?
No, this game lasted so long that you guys are just starting to have a philosophy.
I think we're all lost in a forest, but you know what? I love camping. Let's camp.
We're contemplating life after that game, basically.
I think that's what the players are doing. That's what we're now analyzing.
I do think there's a flaw in your theory here that Yakult did end up losing in the end. The game didn't continue forever, right? So they were eventually
The boulder was pushed.
So
Yeah.
now are they depressed on Nigma that it ended? It's like, I wanted to do that
Because they
forever.
made it to the finish line, and they thought they were going to do the boulder again, so their expectations were subverted because the game ended. Is that what you're trying to say, Jacob?
But you can also see Dota as the endless boulder, and they'll continue pushing on tomorrow.
That's true, Shiva.
It's so hard.
It's the bigger picture, Shiva. That's why you're here.
It is actually so hard to subvert expectations in the late game, though, because I feel like that's what you have to do in order to win. Like, you have to somehow kill a hero that doesn't have buyback, giving you like the true 5v4.
Yeah.
But you know that the guy that's going to go in front, if you're playing against a good team,
Has buyback.
is going to be the hero that has buyback. So it legitimately takes like on the third item, Sumail on Tinker getting the Divine Regalia
Yeah.
to tip the balance, because they're running all their calculations from the last 30 minutes of fighting based on the damage he's doing, and it's minus 20%.
It was ridiculously close there in the end, though. Like, it was like Tinker diebacked, you know?
Yeah.
But the only reason why they didn't lose the game right there was because Void Spirit and Pangolier also diebacked. And that's kind of the story of the last 40 minutes, is that every time somebody diebacked, they got a hero on Nigma as well. So they couldn't quite end the game. They squeezed their way through surviving, you know, all the way through. And I don't know, I think he could have easily gone the other way in the end there.
Looked like it.
Yeah, I thought they actually won.
Well, you know who else? I probably actually didn't think that they won. I don't know if anybody knew.
I'm sure he did.
My boy, Big S, how you doing, brother? After that, that's not the background that you normally have. Where are you right now?
The shutters are open, so
the shutters
more
are open.
sunlight.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. So we were discussing kind of philosophy after that game.
Okay.
Brian, BSJ said you guys were like Sisyphus pushing the boulder up the hill and having the boulder roll back down again over and over again. But Sisyphus was happy. Were you guys happy to be constantly trying to go high ground and you just couldn't quite do it?
I don't know if happy is the word. I think we were just trying to figure out some ways to do it with X and hit and maybe beta fight and necros go in. Nothing was working for a long time, to be honest.